Hello world, welcome back to another Prompt Riddle challenge video. In this video, we'll be playing level 17. Let's get into it. Let's go ahead and list our resources. We have a curious.xcf file. I don't think we can open that type of file up in here, so we're probably going to have to download it. That's fine, we'll go ahead and download it. Now we need to figure out what the .xcf extension is, so let's just do a simple Google search for it. And we find out that it's a GIMP image file. It is the native image format of the GIMP image editing program. So all you need to do is download GIMP, and what will happen is it'll automatically attribute the XCF file to GIMP, as indicated by the little icon right here, if you can see that. And in order to open it, all you would need to do, once it's actually assigned these types of files to be opened by GIMP by default, you just need to double click on it to open it. Now it appears that we just have a black picture, and over here on the right you can see that we have two different layers for this image, which means that we should be able to separate the layers and see what it actually has. However, the layers themselves have clues on how to solve this challenge. The first layer says move me horizontally, so that's going to be the one we have selected here. And then the second image says stereogram. If you don't know what a stereogram is, it's basically a trick of the eyes. If you stare at a picture with this sort of stereogram effect on it, typically you can make out certain other images or information in the image. It's a kind of optical illusion. In this case, however, it kind of just gives us a black square, so no amount of staring at this is going to give us anything meaningful. So let's do as the first layer says and try to move the image horizontally. You're going to want to select this cross tool up here, as that's the moving tool, and you're going to want to select the image, well, the first layer anyways, and you can drag it if you want to, but I like using the arrow keys because you can go a lot slower, just so you don't miss anything. And as we continue to move the image horizontally, you can actually start to make out a lot of those black lines or other shapes showing up in the stereogram itself, and that's the baseline for our image. And if you keep going, you're actually going to make out what the image is. As you can see here, that looks like a skull. And if we continue further with our stereogram, you're actually going to be able to make out even more of the skull. So the skull is in two major pieces as far as we saw, with little bits here and there. But essentially, if we move it back to the left a little bit, you could kind of make out the inner skull. And then if we move it to the right some more, you're going to make out that very definitive image of a skull without the inner parts, but we can all tell what it is. So that being the case, and as these riddles usually go, the password is quite literally going to be skull. So we're going to go back to our Prompt Riddle terminal here, and we're going to submit password skull like so. And we move on to level 18. Alright, if you enjoyed the video, drop a like and subscribe to the channel to show your support. Turn on post notifications to get regular injections of cyber content directly into your feed. Check out our Patreon, join our Discord, and follow us on Twitter. Links in the description box down below. And leave any feedback or questions in the comments section down below. This is Alma Milk. Thanks for watching. Goodbye, world.